Everybody, welcome to Beyond the Bell. I'm Andrew Zarian. Of course, I'm joined by Rich Stambolian. What's going on, Rich?
What's up, man? How are you?
Our
Just saw
pre-show
you
was
the other
great.
day. Our
Our
pre-show was
pre-show was great.
fantastic.
Yeah.
We got to hang out this weekend. I was very happy about that.
Yeah, we had a great weekend. We went to Connolly's to support our friend John Alba for the Hardy party he put together.
Sweet boy.
Dude, you know what? He is a sweet boy. I don't want to talk about who we met. We met some people that he knows. Very sweet people.
Yeah.
Especially this one individual. I don't know if he wants it publicly. I met a friend of John's and a tremendous human being. We have a lot to talk about. We got to talk about. I saw that smirk. I saw what happened there.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, this pre-show, gave me the giggles. Rich and I, people who don't realize this, okay? My producers here, MG's here and Rich, right? We do about a 15-minute show that we can never air.
Oh, yeah.
Before every show that we do about 15 minutes of just whatever it is. And maybe one day we'll go back to being dirty boys and air all this crap.
I would love that. We try to get all the heinous stuff out of the way and just get the giggles out.
Yeah.
Sometimes we don't get all the giggles out, though. I feel very giggly today.
Oh, me too.
It's Thanksgiving week, baby. How do you rank Thanksgiving as far as holidays?
I really like Thanksgiving because I've taken control of this in my family. I've taken control of all the holidays except for Easter. Easter is my mother-in-law's. But and this is the best part about being a grown-up, okay, guys?
Mm-hmm.
Here's what happens when you're an adult with a family and kids. You don't have to do shit anymore.
Yeah.
You don't have to go see anybody. You do your own thing. You could just tell people, like, oh, no, I'm not coming this year. I'm doing my own thing. And everybody has to accept it.
I feel like, listen, it's time now in 2025, and I've met a lot of parents who do the same thing. It's time to admit that you take advantage of your kids in that regard, where it's like, we're not going anywhere. You know, the kids, right? Like I was talking when we were talking to Mariel the other day. She's like, yeah, I can leave anytime I want. I could just be like, oh, the kids.
Yeah,
we gotta go.
The kids. Sorry, guys, the kids.
Yeah.
But you know what the problem is? I got the easiest kids.
They are very easy.
So nobody believes my shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm hosting this year. So are you. You're hosting too.
I am hosting. Yeah.
Normally what ends up happening also at my house is that this year I think we have around 20-something people. Okay. It's always big, but this year's a little bit bigger. But before Thanksgiving is like the people that are doing their own thing that show up while we're cooking and everything. Like you're one of those.
Yeah.
Savannah's one of those. Coco's one of those.
Mm-hmm.
I have like the drive-bys in the morning. You're not doing a drive-by because you're hosting this year.
Yeah.
How many people?
Imagine if I just left.
You know, you can't, dude. It could be like a 90s rom-com.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing both.
I turn to my wife and I go, you know what? I've had it, and just leave.
No. You're trying to manage both. You're going for a bunch of smoke breaks, and then something happens to you at my house, and I got to pretend I'm you, and I got to head back. Really weird. It's a really weird episode. Oh, yeah. Is that what we're doing?
I'm talking about.
Hold on. Here we go.
Yeah. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Happy Thanksgiving, kids.
So Thanksgiving week here in the Thanksgiving week here in the States. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody celebrating. Even if you're not, screw you. Happy Thanksgiving. Shove that up your ass. I don't care. I'll wish you
go.
Joel Pearl, guess what? You're in Canada. You got a wacky Thanksgiving in July. I don't care. I don't care about yours. Happy Thanksgiving, Joel Pearl.
I don't think Joel watches the show.
He does, and he gives me feedback. It's shocking how many actual, like, real boys and girls watch the show. And then I get the messages, and I'm like, why do you watch this? Why do you listen to this?
And then they tell you exactly what. Joe's going to have me on In the Weeds at some point.
You should go on it, dude.
Yeah, he's never invited me on. I'm kind of forcing myself on.
Yeah, you should go on it. But big Thanksgiving weekend here. MG, what are you doing? Are you cooking?
I am making sides. My sister's hosting this year, so I make a couple sides.
Because I don't want you to have like a depressing like Boston market Thanksgiving.
No. I'm going to relatives.
Okay, good.
We're gonna go sit inside in the snow and look at the lake.
Wonderful.
What kind of sides are you making? I got to know about these sides.
I'm making a candied sweet potato and a corn succotash. Yep.
Just one.
And what?
Yeah,
just one corn.
Just one corn succotash.
What the hell's a corn succotash?
You've never had it? It's kind of a southern thing. It's kind of a vegetable medley that features corn.
A vegetable medley. Wonderful. Wonderful.
Is that like a casserole or is it like?
It's just something that you can saute and put in a casserole pan and heat it up when we get there. That's it.
Nice.
All right.
Nice. We're I'm waiting for these turkeys to get delivered. Cliff, our good friend Cliff, has a connect for these very fancy turkeys. Last I know, it was slaughtered on Saturday evening, the turkey.
If this guy shows up to your place with a non-turkey fowl, what would your reaction be?
We already have a backup plan.
Okay, you have a backup, like in case he shows up with like a dead duck in his hands.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be a pigeon that he found on the Belt Parkway. It's okay, though.
You know, or like a peacock or some shit.
I believe that Cliff. You know how I know Dara, famous New York City food blogger Dara. She said to me that's her brother. She said to me, "No, this turkey's incredible. He got it for us the last couple of years. So now I have total confidence in this turkey being tremendous." So we'll see.
I gotta say,
yeah.
I like Dara a lot. I like Cliff a lot. Cliff is straight up a Seinfeld character.
Oh yeah. Big time.
He's a Kramer friend.
He is a Kramer friend.
Like I have my friend Cliff. Don't worry about your turkeys. I got my friend Cliff. He'll bring you a turkey.
Yeah, he's a Kramer friend.
Expect a live turkey in your front yard today.
I told the kids the turkey's coming live.
You ever see a turkey up close?
Terrifying little creatures.
They're fucking scary, dude.
I know how your father feels about turkeys, so he's not a big fan.
Yeah.
Guys, let's talk about professional wrestling. Great pay-per-view this weekend.
Oh,
fantastic pay-per-view. Did you fall asleep or you didn't fall asleep?
I stayed up for the whole thing, and you know what? That's a testament to how good that pay-per-view was.
Yeah, I had a long day and I did not make it to the end. But I rewatched, I was telling MG, I rewatched two of the matches, the main event, and I watched a Mercedes Moné match in the morning. And it gave me a whole different perspective of what the hell happened there. But it was, it was great. I have not watched a bad AEW pay-per-view, you know, and it was fantastic. It was very long. It was fantastic. You saw a lot of things happen. I did not expect the title change, the world title change. You want to run through this? We could touch on this quickly.
Yeah, let's go for it. Okay, so this past Saturday was Full Gear, AEW's Full Gear. Listen, always a delight to see Big Boom AJ, Boom and Doom defeated the Don Callis family during the tailgate hour. It was Big Boom AJ teaming with QT Marshall. With
the Rizzler coming out with a cape.
With the Rizzler and a cape and Big Justice, and Big Show got involved. Paul White got involved. What a treat, especially in Newark. I feel like they ate it up.
Listen, has their 15 minutes of fame expired? Sure. But I don't even care. And I'll tell you why. So? I think so. I think for like the mainstream it has. This guy wanted to be a professional wrestler. It didn't happen. He did it. He did it for years. He did it in Jersey. He didn't become like a main guy. Some bizarre thing happened in this man's life once he moved to Boca. Yeah. I'm telling you, it's the vapors. He became him and his kid became internet hits. He became TikTok sensations, and he's wrestling on a pay-per-view for the number 2 company in the world. I mean, that's I can't dislike that. I love it. I absolutely love it for this guy and his family.
Does it make you think about how you want to do that with Hunter one day? You want to be the opening act on a pay-per-view?
One day I will be the opening act on the AEW tailgate brawl, and I'll be wrestling with Chris Daniels.
I would love that. You know, it's funny. It's like don't never say never, because the beginning of the show, the pre-show, and the stuff with Renee and Jeff Jarrett was riddled with internet friends.
It was internet friend Justin Wang,
a
boy from Flushing.
Yeah,
he dropped a couple F-bombs on that pre-show.
He certainly did.
He certainly did. Listen, we're not really refined here in Queens. I know we try to be, Look at who the president is. Look at who the potential. Listen, Andrew Cuomo. He's another Queens guy. Not very refined, but very Italian American, and not a pervert. And not a pervert. Don't you dare call him a pervert. He's only Italian American. We're a little wacky here in Queens, and it could happen.
Sometimes the passion gets the best of you.
It's the vapors. Did you read the Great Gatsby? You know what the air is filled with? All the smog.
Oh yeah.
We've been inhaling that.
Are you a Gatsby guy?
I don't know. I thought it was great. Like the 4 times that I read it in high school and in middle school. Are there people that are like, oh my God, it's the greatest book ever written?
Yes, there are people like that.
Do you believe that?
There are people who do. I think it's the greatest book ever written? No.
But you like it.
It's okay. I was never a Gatsby guy. I think people conflate what the story is with the lifestyle. You know what I mean? And people want to be Gatsby.
You'll never be a Gatsby.
No.
You'll never be a Gatsby.
You want to continue with this?
Yeah. So the show started off with a pre-show. Obviously, our friend Justin Wang was on it. Big Boom. The Boom and Doom defeated the Don Callis family during the tailgate hour. I thought this was a lot of fun. Like you said, Big Show got involved. Everybody got involved. The Timeless Love Bombs, Tony Storm and Mina, won the right to name the stipulation in their semifinal match against Marina Shafir and Megan Bayne. That was a fun match.
Great showcase for everybody. It was one of those moments where I was watching Tony Storm and was like, she really is one of the best of all time.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, she where would she be if she was in WWE today? That is a question.
I feel like they would. You wouldn't get any of this, that's for sure. No. Maybe a little bit of it, I feel like this is such a bananas character move that immediately took off.
I think it would work in WWE, that gimmick.
I also think it would work in WWE, especially now. If somehow she left now and showed up at the Rumble as Timeless Tony Storm, I think it would be over like gangbusters. I'm not saying I want that to happen.
Yeah.
But I do think this version of that character showing up on WWE TV would be crazy over. And imagine the merch that they could sell.
Oh yeah, they would do a great job with it.
Yeah. If she stayed in the company, where do you think she would be? No,
she would be in some weird feud with Lyra, or I don't even know. I have no idea.
Back to NXT.
No, I don't think so. Maybe she would have gone back for the TV show. They're on CW. I think this was the best move for her. I mean, she's 100%. Really shown the whole entire wrestling planet how great she is.
Oh yeah.
FTR defeated the Broditos to win the AEW tag titles. I thought this was a good match.
Very solid. Now, I thought you would have had the Cope and Cage return at the end of this, but I feel like that's something that they're going to lead up to.
They're going to have to lead up to that, and I think that's going to be great when they do it. They should. They have an opportunity to do it, so might as well do it. I think, this could have. I always said the Edge thing was back. It was so booked backwards, the whole thing.
Yeah.
From the beginning, and I think this is this was a good move. You did not add in these quick hits, MG, the other match.
That's because they're quick hits, and I was trying to keep it consolidated.
Okay. Well, Takeshita and Okada had their Can They Coexist match.
Oh, did I leave that one off? I meant to put that in there.
Yeah, you left
the trios match, yeah.
And that's continuing into everything else that's happening in AEW right now. So I think that's a positive, that program. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, Ricochet won the gauntlet. First of all, let's talk about that title belt. How beautiful is that thing?
Yeah, is it it's the NWA National Championship?
It was the national. It also was the TV title, the NWA TV title.
Right. It's a very gorgeous throwback title.
It is a gorgeous throwback. I mean, really, that is stunning. I love that belt. I love the look of that belt. That's something that we've always. I like the throwbacks. I really do. People had a problem with this.
Oh, same here. Same here. I like the throwbacks also. This was an interesting match. It was a lot of fun. And I was like, yo, the whole time I was so scatterbrained because I was like, yo, put it on Bobby Lashley. No, put it on Shelton. No, put it on Claudio. It's when Claudio showed up, I was like, yo, put that belt on Claudio. And I think Ricochet was an interesting choice because Ricochet has been trolling the roster for months now with that character. So it works.
Yeah. No, I'm interested in this. I'm interested to see what they do with this. Listen, Ricochet, he's had it's his run in AEW over the last year has been fascinating because we've hit the point where the toilet paper incident happened that really spun him into madness. We were there for the toilet paper incident.
Yeah.
So I think this is really, he's had a really positive year here. And well deserved. I think this is a good move. Let's see where it goes. Kyle O'Reilly, Jon Moxley.
Great match.
A lot of blood.
Yeah.
So much blood. Fork spot, which I don't like.
Not a big fan of the fork spot, huh?
Not a fan. I've never been a fan of the fork spot. I'm not a fan of stabbings.
Okay.
In real life and professional wrestling, not a big fan of stabbings. I thought this was a really good match. And the story is that Jon can't beat Kyle for the second time in 10 days.
It's very interesting. It was a good match, solid match. I have zero problem with Moxley tapping out at this point in his career.
Do you think Moxley should go away for a little?
I've said that for months, dude. Like, he needs a break. What is going on over here? I don't know if you hear that.
No, you have the cleaning people.
Yeah. There's a lot of banging and clanging right now. I'm kind of like, what's going on out there? I think I've said for months that Moxley deserves a break. You know, he is the workhorse of the company. He is the ace of AEW. I'd like to see that guy take a vacation, you know?
Yeah.
Now, where do you see, and the question always is like, where do you see Moxley go from here? Is the Darby Allin stuff done? Does he go for another title soon? You know, what does this guy do?
I think what would be interesting is that now that he's lost twice, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's lost his allure with his crew.
Okay.
What would happen if Gabe Kidd comes in and just demolishes him and takes over the group?
I wouldn't mind that.
Listen, you failed. You're a failure.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have room for failures.
I told you Pac could fill that role too.
You said Pac could fill the role on the radio show. Yeah. I think if you did something like that where it's like you're do you understand that you're the weak link and we don't have room for weak links in this group?
Well, Mox is also in the Blue League bracket for the Continental Classic.
Yeah.
And you have 3 members of the Death Riders in there as well. I do feel like Gabe Kidd should have been in this tournament.
Yeah, I think it's his commitments with New Japan, you know, more than anything else. But he's an interesting guy. He definitely is.
Do you think Mox should take a break?
I think so. I think he definitely should. I think it's really good for every couple of weeks for these guys to get off of TV.
Yeah.
You know, every 8 weeks or so. You know, unless they're like super hot, then you don't want to remove them. But I think if you're not the main guy right now, I think coming off of TV every 8 weeks and rotating. I mean, and they've done that, right? Swerve was off for a little bit. MJF is on his way back.
Right.
You know, he's been off TV. So I think interchanging everybody left a little bit here and there is a positive. You know, you're keeping everybody fresh. You're not overexposing them. You're not burning through stories and matches for them. You know, to be off of TV for 2 months and make a big return in a big capacity really goes a long way.
Yeah.
Especially if you have 52 weeks of TV. And it also gives other people an opportunity to kind of step up here.
I agree with that. I feel like AEW hasn't established that kind of perfect rotation of what you're talking about.
They try to do it all the time. But, you know, a lot of, like, Edge is off TV, right? He's been off TV for quite some time. Should he have been off TV now? No, but him being off TV, has that been a positive to give someone else at times, you know, a extended positioning on TV? Yeah, it has.
Yeah. You know what I do miss as far, and I'll say this about WWE too, but I think AEW needs them. This is my opinion. I think some vignettes would be fantastic. So
yeah, I'm a fan of those. Tell me the story. Tell me who he is, who she is, why I should care, and why this is important. These are all important things.
Right. Or when somebody's off TV, like what they did with
like a teaser.
When Adam Cole was banged up and you had the bits with him and MJF, and he's in the wheelchair. Like, do stuff like that. Like, I'm wondering where Cope is, right? Maybe a couple of weeks before his return, do a couple of vignettes. Do some like Guerrero-style vignettes. Not comedy necessarily, but when Pac had his return a couple of years ago, you got those Pac vignettes of him just being angry at the camera. I feel like there's a place for that.
No, it definitely is. Sorry, I lost my notes here. It froze on me.
Mark Briscoe.
Yeah, dude, this was another. I had 3 surprises on the show. Actually, 4 surprises on the show. Okay. The first one was Kyle O'Reilly defeating Jon Moxley again. I was surprised by that. Rick, actually, you know what? I got to tell you, Tony Storm winning was I had predicted. FTR beating Brodito, we had predicted, right?
Yeah.
Ricochet, I did not have, and neither did you. I think we both had Bobby Lashley winning.
Oh, we were hugely in the corner of Bobby Lashley.
In the corner of Bobby. Dude, I liked Bobby Lashley and Shelton starting it out, and they were just grappling. Just 2 big giant men grappling. I loved every bit of that. Do not clip that out of context, okay?
I mean, you could if you want.
You could.
I think Joel's
not that I
care.
care.
Joel's about to do it.
Not that I care. Kyle O'Reilly, I was surprised about. Mark Briscoe defeating Kyle Fletcher. I was surprised.
Great match. Now, let me ask you something. Yeah. And I want to pose it out there. This match was very, very reminiscent in a good way, almost maybe in the best way possible. This was a Mick Foley versus Randy Orton.
It was a Mick Foley versus Randy Orton. You know what? Yeah.
Right, in the best way possible. I mean that as like a compliment.
I get it. Yeah. I think that would be a really good comparison. I think Kyle's fantastic, dude.
Yeah,
Kyle is so good. So good.
We were both hoping that Mark Briscoe had to join the Callis family, though.
That would have been a fun, goofy thing, and we had predicted that. Like that would be like the thing. Like he would have to go to they do like a Callis family Thanksgiving, Oh,
fantastic.
And it's him just being like a caveman, which is perfect. I thought Mark getting it was great. His title looks great. Dude, I don't do this often, but man, we really got robbed of Jay Briscoe in AEW in some sort of large capacity. We really did. But both of these guys, I'm going to tell you a little secret. I've never been like, I get the importance of the Briscoes in Ring of Honor. They weren't my team. They weren't a team that I was like, oh yeah, they're my favorites. But Mark has really become, actually their series with FTR, that was bar none, one of the best wrestling feuds, tag team wrestling that I've seen. The collar match was unbelievable.
Of all time.
Like really actually AEW's had 2 all-time collar matches. That collar match was one of the all-time, and the CM Punk MJF one was really an all-time collar match.
Yeah.
Really mind-blowingly good. But Mark Briscoe has turned out to be exactly what everybody saw in him. You could finally see it now on like a big national level.
Absolutely.
He has so much depth. He's not just he has a lot of depth with that character.
Yeah.
Those commercials that they're doing, where wrestlers work, have you seen those? They're fucking great.
Oh, yeah.
I know some of the people that worked on that thing, and they've done a great job, regardless of what some people think.
I want more of that stuff.
Oh, me too. I want more of that. Listen, it should be fun. It should be goofy like that. That's a fun goofy. I thought this was great. It kind of tells you, and this feeds into the story of Kyle Fletcher and the Callis family kind of imploding. It's coming to a culmination point here where it implode because Kyle was pissed. He went backstage and he's like, where the F were you guys?
Yeah.
Nobody came to help me. Yeah. So I think that story is building. Now, this next match, what did you think of this? Josh Alexander and the Young Bucks. Not to be mistaken with Jason Alexander and the Young Bucks. That is a fan fiction that Rich and I have created.
Oh, absolutely. Did I enjoy this? I did enjoy this.
Matt, the dinosaur, he's back. Oh, the dinosaur. There you go.
Throw Jerry in there. Where's the Kramer in this situation?
Kenny Omega's Kramer. Kenny Omega's Kramer.
Yeah. Kenny Omega's Kramer.
Yeah.
I do like that. I like Kenny being the Kramer. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. I thought it was a great match. I like it was the match to get to the ending of the Kenny beatdown and then the Bucks making the save and dropping their money.
Yeah. Yeah, we were coming to this point. I think this is a good point. People were like, "Oh, they're back together." Yeah, let them get back together.
Yeah,
let them get back together. They could go for the trios again. That'll be a fun program to be in for them. I think Kenny, and it's unfortunate, right? I love Kenny Omega. He's really that New Japan run was amazing. He's been such a pivotal part of AEW and such an important part of AEW. But save those big singles matches for a couple times a year.
Right.
Have him be Kenny Omega the Cleaner a couple times a year and have him do these on TV.
Exactly.
If I could get, 5 incredible singles matches out of him a year, and then he does a bunch of these tags and he's around a little bit, I'm perfectly content. Give him that, kind of put him in that Danielson spot where he's not there all the time. Which I think Danielson needs to, let's see what's happening there.
Yeah, I would love that too. But back to the Kenny thing. I think I agree with you. I do think his presence needs to be felt more than it is now. And also, I like that the Young Bucks have always shifted when they know what they're doing has run its course.
They're very good at that. And Jericho kind of, it's that Jericho thing too. For all the stuff, the Jericho hate that exists. The guy knows when something gets long in the tooth, and he's very quick to change it.
Yeah.
Think about how many different Chris Jerichos we saw in AEW.
All of them.
I mean, no, but if you get,
we got
4 different ones, right? 3, 4 different ones.
Maybe more, because you had the Painmaker.
You have the Painmaker.
Right? You had the Learning Tree.
The Learning Tree. You had the Pinnacle, right?
The Pinnacle.
You had the Jericho Appreciation.
Him coming back as Lionheart for a little bit.
He did that. Yeah. I mean, we've had all different ones, and he knows how to keep. Listen, he's 50-something years old. It gets harder and harder to put on those matches. Yeah. He's going to, he's still trying to do a lion salt, and he's going to do it until he can't.
Exactly.
Even in WWE, I thought his Nick Bockwinkel gimmick was so good.
I loved it. When he went to
Undies.
To Undies?
Yeah.
Who knew? Who would have thought, right?
Who would have thought? He went to Undies. And he went to Undies for a while.
Imagine if Shawn Michaels was an underwear guy.
Would have never gotten over.
Right? Jericho got over wearing the undies.
Yeah. How about Roman? Roman should go in the Undies now.
You think so? I think he could pull it off.
I think some of our friends would be very Issa could not watch wrestling.
One friend in particular.
Too caliente for Issa. Too caliente.
Her eyes would explode out of her head if that happened.
Yeah. A fire would ignite in Puerto Rico.
Oh, forget it. We had Chris Statlander defeating Mercedes Moné to retain the AEW Women's World title.
Okay.
Great match. I didn't see this coming. I thought Mercedes was going to win.
So I was in and out at this point. Okay.
Okay.
This is when my sleepy time tea kicked in.
Oh,
now, this match went on at like 11:30, something like that. It was very late. Because I'm an old boy and I need my rest because I wake up at 5 in the morning. I'm going to give you, when I was in and out, so like I can't give you a fair viewing of this live, but I watched it the next day. And I felt, to me, this was probably my second favorite match on the card, or third. It was up there for me. And it was such a good constructed match.
Yes.
It was a lot of chain wrestling. They were on the mat. It was slowed down. They weren't bleeding everywhere like every other match on this card. I really like this. I unfortunately, they were punished by time and what time by what time this took place. And that crowd sunk for this match. Not because it wasn't a good match. They just, you've been there for 5 hours already, or 4.5 hours already. You're kind of at the end. That's a long day for you. So I think it suffered because of that, but I think the match itself was great. A lot of people anticipated Mercedes was going to win. Mercedes did a 13 Amigos.
Yes.
I thought that was a great spot. I think Chris looked great. And you know what? For all the crap that's spoken about Mercedes Moné, she is totally fine with putting their champions over. And the story continues that she is one of the most dominant. She is the most dominant female wrestler on the planet. But when it comes to the big one, she can't do it.
You think that's the story that they're telling?
I mean, they told the story with Tony, and they told the story here.
Yeah.
You know, she just can't win that big title. So, I mean, you know, it's going to be interesting how she eventually wins that title because it's going to be a babyface moment for her. She's not winning that as a heel.
Yes. Yeah, it's got to be. It's got to be 100% babyface moment. Now, can you be a babyface and still have all the titles that you have?
I think she's going to have to slowly start dropping those.
Okay.
Eventually. I mean, I don't know. You think she's going to Poland to defend that title?
No.
That she won 6 months ago or whenever she won? I don't know. I'm curious to see how they do that. I think the best thing would be, to be honest with you, you want to really babyface everybody, you go and you do it. You know, maybe Tony pays for the flight and everything, and you just go and you drop those titles in those promotions.
Oh yeah, but you got to put somebody over while you do it too.
Of course,
Thing,
yeah. You got to do that. I don't know if she's going to defend those. Either way, I get it. Logistically, I get how difficult it would be to go to all these tiny little indies that may or may not be running a show.
I would like some kind of like gauntlet event where she has to defend like 3 titles in a row.
Oh, defending all of them?
Yeah.
You could do that on Dynamite. You know what? That would be a fantastic idea. You have all of her past challengers come and challenge for her title.
Mm-hmm.
And she beats some and she loses some.
Right. I think
I'd be into that.
It would be entertaining too.
Yeah, because they're back to back and it doesn't matter. Like one could be a roll-up finish, you know, and she still looks good. And she runs off with the title, and here comes the other one. She has a competitive match. That's a very unique way to do it.
I think it would be cool. And also, like, it kind of like, I think you and I are in the same boat where we both love a really good Iron Man match.
I love that, yeah.
Now, this won't be an Iron Man match per se, but you get to see Mercedes wrestle for like an hour against, let's say, 3 or 4 opponents.
What was the best one?
Best Iron Man match?
Yeah.
It's Sean and Brett, probably, right?
I will tell you, I never liked that match.
Really?
I love Sean. Like, he looked incredible because I was a huge Sean fan. I never loved the match, and I was gaslit all these years into saying, no, that's a great match. That's a great match. And then now everybody's come to realization, like, oh, no, it's not great.
Interesting. I'll rewatch. I would, let's try to set aside time to rewatch it together.
I'd love to rewatch it with you.
Because I hold in my heart that it is a great match. And I feel like the last time I watched it was maybe 5 years ago.
Actually, here's a good question. Chat room, viewers.
Yeah.
What is your favorite Iron Man match? I'm trying to remember what it would be. They did that great one on SmackDown that wasn't an hour. It was 30 minutes.
Yeah.
It was that Kurt Angle one that was incredible.
Yeah.
But
there's been, off the top of my head, there's been a lot. I think AEW had a very good one too, if I'm not mistaken.
They did. Oh, it was
was it Danielson MJF?
Was it? Maybe. So Brett Sean, right?
Mm-hmm.
You had Rock Triple H. That was at Judgment Day 2000.
Mm-hmm.
You had Brock and Kurt. Oh, it was a 60-minute, the Brock and Kurt one on SmackDown. That was the best. I mean, that was incredible, that one. That was really well done. But again, it's hard because you had commercial breaks. Bayley Sasha, NXT TakeOver Respect. That was a 30-minute one. That was really good.
Oh, that was really good, yeah.
AJ Styles, Chris Daniels in TNA. Cena, Orton, Bragging Rights, 2009.
Yeah. MJF Danielson Revolution 2023.
Okay.
And Pac versus Kenny 30-minute Iron Man match, which was a very good one. I remember.
Oh, that's a good one too.
That was from 2020. So that was in Daly's place, I think.
Didn't
Okada and Omega do an Iron Man, or was that a 2 out
but
of 3
that wasn't.
falls?
It wasn't Iron Man.
Forever?
It wasn't Iron Man. Yeah, it just went forever.
All their matches went forever.
Yeah, they had. Dude, they did like. How long was that longest one? 69 minutes? 70 minutes?
I think it was 70 minutes.
72,
and
that's
70.
72.
And that's the one that Kenny won.
Yeah,
that he won the belt on.
Incredible. I mean, that would you want to talk about like mastering the art.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that series, like those matches, was mastering the art.
Next level.
There was no like still. It's long. Like you got to be committed to watch it. But if you're watching it, and because I watched those like endless times, I can't even.
Yeah.
My father loved it.
Yeah.
Man, look at that fucking guy go. That's what he said about Okada. It's the greatest compliment you could get from Fred.
Yeah. Look at that
Best
guy
compliment.
go, and where have you been all my life?
Where have you been all my life? But he says that to everybody.
He says that to all the ladies.
All the ladies, yeah. Yeah, he loves the ladies. Main event, Samoa Joe, Hangman Page, world title. I did not see this coming. Hangman lost to Samoa Joe in the steel cage. I had a couple issues with this, okay?
Okay.
And I spoke to somebody from there about my grievances with the end, how this match ended. And
okay.
I got into not an argument, but a very passionate discussion.
Okay.
Okay. Of course, steel cage match, outside interference. Hangman loses. Joe is covered in blood in the end. Mm-hmm. Head to toe. He's spitting up the blood. The lights go off. The lights come on. Prince Nana on the stage.
Yeah.
Here comes Swerve with his new theme. Made by Raekwon the chef.
Yep.
My God. I love Nana. If there was ever a fucking moment for this man not to be dancing and singing, this was it. Okay?
You think they should have held back on the Nana?
I get it. He's the hype man. I get it.
Yeah.
The look on Swerve's face of I'm gonna rip your head off to Joe. The seriousness of Swerve. And Nana dancing the entire time. Okay? I get it. That's his thing. But you know what? Keep him back. Don't have him come forward. Keep him back. Have the focus on this maniac that is entering the ring. Because you're at that moment, you don't know who he's going after. Is this Hangman served to him on a platter? Or is he going after Joe? You don't know at this point. Nana took me out of this moment, but I couldn't come back. And there was a moment that changed it, and I'll tell you what it was. Okay, this was the moment.
Please.
When the production recognized how ridiculous this looks, they zoom in on Swerve. Okay, Swerve is here. Nana's head is in his pit, and he's doing this.
Yeah.
Okay, that camera switched the shot so fast.
Yeah.
That was the only, and again, I'm complaining just to complain. I thought this pay-per-view was great. There is no, I don't care. You could like it, you could not. I'm just telling you, you have an important moment here. I'm an attention to detail guy. I always had, that is my thing. I am neurotic about the attention to detail about things. Don't look at my fucking studio. My studio is disgusting. This would never happen a couple years ago. Life is taking a hold of me. It took me out. Now, do you or don't you? After my passionate statement here, do you agree with me, or it did not matter to you?
I disagree, Andrew.
Okay,
I'll tell you exactly why. Because I feel like folks were on the edge of their seat for a return, and I do think a lot of them felt like it was going to be Jericho closing out the pay-per-view versus Samoa Joe, right?
Really?
Yeah, I think I was getting a lot of texts from a lot of wrestling fans who are my buddies who were like, it's got to be Jericho, blah, 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 right? I think the Nana showing up was the heightened moment that the crowd needed to get off their feet once they saw Swerve. And I agree with you about the camera angle cutting away immediately. I think that's the right choice. But Nana showing up is the appetizer because you didn't think Swerve was going to come back really anytime soon. I think it really made the crowd go, oh shit, is he coming? And then you see Swerve and you're like, oh shit, he looks awesome. Like he's big and jacked. He's got the new theme song. I think it worked very, very well. But I will agree that they cut it at the right moment, so Nana wasn't the focus anymore.
Yeah, they cut it. I wouldn't have done it that way. And I think you have a great argument for it too. I think it's the way that you're watching. I also watched it the next day. I did not watch it. I saw it. I saw it like in the middle of the night. I scrolled, but I watched that whole match in the morning. I thought it was fantastic ending for the program. I think seeing Swerve and Hangman on the same side, kind of continues that story.
Pretty awesome. Yeah.
Pretty freaking awesome. I thought it was great. I thought it was a very, very good show. It built so many different things.
Yeah.
And then we got, by the way, we got the announcement also, the Continental Classic. I teased this the last show.
Yeah.
Last week I teased that this was stacked. And it is stacked. Blue League, they announced this yesterday on the internet. Takeshita, Jon Moxley, Claudio, Roderick Strong, Orange Cassidy, Mascara Dorada. Gold League, Darby Allin, Pac, Kevin Knight, Speedball Mike Bailey, Kyle Fletcher, and Okada.
Awesome.
20-minute time limit, 3 points per win, 1 point for a draw. Everyone is banned from ringside.
Great. I'm excited about this.
Yeah. Yeah, really good stuff. And AEW is back at the Hammerstein.
Very excited. We gotta also be back at the Hammerstein.
Yeah, we have to be back at the Hammerstein. Yeah, that's a great show.
Very pumped.
On Wednesday, so the way that they're doing this, here's a schedule. December 13th, AEW in Cardiff. It will air at 4:30 a.m. Eastern. This is avoiding PM. 4:30 p.m. Eastern. This is to avoid going head-to-head with Saturday night's main event. I think that's a great time for them to go on.
Yeah.
Which is John Cena's retirement. December 17th, it's going to be a 4-hour block with Dynamite at 8 o'clock, 10 p.m. for Collision, and AEW World's End Countdown at 11 p.m.
Wow.
Also, Collision is going to be taped in Manchester earlier that day.
Cool.
On Saturday, December 20th, Collision will air at 2:30 p.m. Eastern, and it'll be a tape show. Wednesday, December 24th, Dynamite on 34th Street will air at 6 p.m. The Christmas show will air on at 9 p.m. on Thursday. So that's their schedule coming
Nice.
up. Yeah. Raw last night. What'd you think of it?
I enjoyed it. There were some high points, and there were some very interesting points. I like that the show was bookended by Roman and Cody and Punk and the Survivor Series stuff.
And clumsy Brock. He fell on his butt.
Listen, he leaned into it. He didn't make a big deal of it. What was the guy gonna do? Just like get real mad?
Yeah, he should have, dude. He should have gone and punched somebody in the face.
He did a little flip. He put his cowboy hat on Braun Breaker, and he was giggling.
Yeah, I like how goofy he is now.
Yeah, but do you think he just took too big a step and was just like, oh shit?
I think that's what it was. Yeah, I think he just took a big step and he was like, oops.
Well, I'm glad he made it up, because it would have been another story if he just didn't get up from the ground.
He just stayed.
He just laid there and was just like, you know what, Paul, I'm done.
Penta got hurt.
Penta
got hurt. They had to end the match early. That was terrible. Concussed, huh? Is that what it was, MJ?
I think so. I didn't hear exactly.
Yeah.
But they kept it kind of quiet.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was that's it. It was an okay go home. It was Raw, you know.
Yeah, it was fine. How did you feel about the LP John Cena?
People were upset over it. I was not upset. I was, you know what? This guy got work.
Right.
He wrestles for Micro Championship Wrestling. I think so. I think he's one of the main guys there.
Oh, great. They got on TV. Yeah.
I saw my timeline was a bunch of people like, oh my God, I can't believe we do this in 2026. We're doing this. I'm like, the guy got work on national TV.
Against arguably one of the biggest heels in the company.
Yeah.
I heard on my timeline, it was Vince is back. And I'm like, I don't think so, but people will draw conclusions.
He got work. I'm all for people getting work and getting paid, and hopefully this helps with attendance, and he's able to kind of bill himself from Monday Night Raw,
Yeah. I thought the little touch of having an LP Stu, the cameraman, was also fantastic.
Yeah. It was fine. It was like, listen, would I book it? No. Would I book that? No, I would not book that. But they did.
I think one of our friends is watching and just messaged us.
Don't bury me for liking this angle. Yeah.
No, for not liking.
Oh, for not liking.
And we can't say what he said after that.
No, he used a very bad Spanish word.
Well, after that, we can't say what he said after that.
Oh, that I cannot. I can't believe this man works for the Fed.
You can't.
That's unbelievable.
You cannot repeat that ever.
You know what?
Awful.
If I send this to HR, to WWE HR, this man would be very
done.
Very, very done.
Done.
He's talking about my culo. He's calling me a word in Spanish that I can't ever repeat. He's saying other things that I can never repeat on the internet, even though it's that bad. I can't repeat this on the internet.
And because we know who he is, you hear it in his voice.
Yeah, I hear it in his voice for sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Michael Hayes is going nuts, man.
That would be hysterical. It was fun. This was super. It was a fun Raw. I'm excited to see the pay-per-view or the PLE this weekend.
PLE. Yeah.
You also have a classic like big boy War Games match. Drew McIntyre, Logan Paul, Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, and Brock Lesnar versus the Usos, Punk, Roman, and Cody. Now, is it just me, or is everybody on both sides of those teams just getting real swole?
Well, they are getting big, but this is, I like when they do this, right? Like every now and then you get like a big boy match like this. Like everybody here is in the main positioning. Everybody here is being propelled. Even look at the women's side. Rhea, Io, Alexa Bliss, Charlotte Flair, AJ Lee, Nia.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a very heavy-sided part. But Nia, Lash Legend, Kabuki Warriors, and Becky.
Strong.
It is. It's a strong show. And you don't need to do a lot here because the War Game is the selling point. That's how you do this. Now, does the men's War Game open the show?
Let's go through the card real quick.
Because Brock's on it.
Yeah, Brock's on it. Brock wants to get home. So we have Survivor Series, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard, 7 p.m. this Saturday from Petco Park in San Diego. I don't know. That'll be interesting. You have the Women's World Championship, Stephanie Vaquer versus Nikki Bella. Part of me thinks Nikki Bella's going to take it.
I would love that.
Right? Just one last run.
I would love that, actually. I would love that just
Yeah. Little exclamation point on the career.
Little exclamation point. I would love that. Yeah.
John Cena versus Dominic for the IC belt. Does Dominic regain that championship so Cena can retire clean? Or does Cena drop it to possibly Gunther for his last match?
I don't know, but I really don't want this feud to end. I kind of like this Dominic and John feud.
I really enjoy it. And you know what I was thinking yesterday that made me very giddy? I would like John Cena to not only have taken the Intercontinental belt from Dominic, but to somehow take the CMLL belt from Dominic.
I swear to you, Rich, I thought that's what they were going to announce last week on the show.
The AAA,
the mega title, yeah.
The mega title.
I last week when they were at the Garden, and they were like, and he's like, they were talking about like the title and like stuff. I thought they were going to have title for title. John Cena's the AAA champion. How do you? And you know what? What a nice send off for John to go down to Mexico and wrestle in a AAA match and drop the title there.
I would love that. Imagine just like one extra appearance.
I'm just fan booking
AAA title. Yeah,
yeah. I'm just fantasizing about John Cena right now.
John Cena,
as I do regularly.
Title? Yeah. Oh yeah. You're a big John Cena fan fiction writer.
Huge. You have no idea. And X-Men. I write a lot of weird X-Men fan fiction.
In your John Cena fan fiction, you're the only one that can see him, but you can't tell anybody.
Yep, he's like Casper the Ghost. But I'm the only one.
But with a hat. Imagine I like that. Casper the Ghost, but it's John Cena. He's got the hat on.
Yeah.
This is also, there's only 4 matches so far. So women's War Games: Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, Alexa Bliss, Charlotte Flair, and AJ Lee.
Light. Nice and light, the show.
Yeah, Nia Jax, Lash Legend, Kabuki Warriors, and Becky Lynch. Who do you think takes it?
I think the baby faces take it.
Okay. Now, men's War Games, like you said, does this start the show because of Brock, or does this end the show? CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, Jimmy Uso, Jey Uso, and Roman Reigns versus The Vision, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, Logan Paul, Drew McIntyre, and Brock Lesnar. Does somebody turn? Does Logan Paul turn? Does Cody turn?
What if Punk? It's Punk.
Punk turns and aligns himself with Paul Heyman?
Yeah, I'd be into that.
That's gonna be a fun match. Again, like, when was the last time you saw what? Like...
Or it could just be there's no consequences for this. Mm-hmm. It's in its own bubble. The baby faces win. People go home happy.
Okay, but there has to be some kind of shenanigan.
I think there will. Yeah, I think there should be some sort of shenanigan. Yeah.
Yeah, like Paul Heyman's got another guy somewhere.
So, by the way, last year's War Games was also 4 matches. So this is the format they're using for this.
Yeah, because the War Games matches themselves are very long.
They're an hour, yeah.
Mm. What was the match last year for men and women?
Oh, I had it up. It was actually very similar teams.
Right, let's see. I got it here. You ready?
Okay. Yep.
It was Roman, the Usos, Sammy, and CM Punk.
Great.
Against the Bloodline, and it was Solo, Jacob, Tama, and Tongaloa, and Bronson Reed. The women's was Rhea, Bianca, Naomi, Io Sky, Bayley, Judgment Day, Liv Morgan, Raquel, Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, and Candice LeRae. That went 38 minutes. The men's went 41 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was a match.
So similar time frame. Also, what do you guys think about this being outside? Because this is the first one we've done outside. Do you think it'll make a difference or no?
The weather's going to be fine. So it'll give it a big feeling. It'll give you
it'll be in the 50s by the time they do it, because it'll be at night.
That's fine. It's in San Diego.
Yeah, it's San Diego. Right. It's in the 50s. They're probably going to heat the ring anyway, so it'll probably be closer to like 70 by the ring with all the lights and everything, probably even higher. So I think they'll be fine. You just got to be careful with those outdoor shows, especially in the winter. But they're in San Diego. It's 72 and sunny year round, so perfect place to do it.
Also, you need the 4 matches is plenty because everybody's theme is so long.
Yes, and that is what we learned on Raw.
Yeah,
everybody had a 5-minute entrance.
Yeah, everybody's theme. That is
opening
so long.
Scene. That opening segment, yes, they all came out. It was like 15 minutes of the show of just entrances.
Yeah. All right, guys, let's do questions. Send us your questions.
Yeah.
Anything you want to ask us, and we will do our best to answer them. We'll have some fun here.
Yeah, we got about 10 minutes left. Let's answer these questions. I know there's a lot of lurkers out there just not saying anything.
Yeah.
But I think you should speak up. Finally speak up and ask a wrestling show the questions that you want to ask.
Yeah. Ask a wrestling show. Go ahead.
MG, pull up that Paul Anthony Moss question, please.
Oh, I was going to go higher up, but okay, we'll do that one first. There you go.
Do you think TK finally pulls the trigger and has Athena drop the Ring of Honor women's title to Persephone at Final Battle? Persephone seems like the perfect talent to take the title.
Yeah, Athena should be on the main roster. She's incredible. I've always liked her. I liked her on the indies. I remember I saw her first WWE match in Brooklyn during the NXT pay-per-view. In 2015, they brought her in, and she was Athena. They brought her in as like an enhancement or opening.
Yeah.
I think you could drop it to Persephone. But if you do, you got to take her out. And also, what are you doing with what is Ring of Honor? What are you doing?
That's the question. That's the eternal wrestling question. What is Ring of Honor? Have they done anything with the tape library?
No, it's on Honor Club where it always is.
Okay. So there's no like, hey, we're taking on Honor Club. We're gonna put everything in HD and like none of that shit.
No. I mean, the other problem with the archive is you're gonna have a lot of cleaning up to do.
Right.
And those early Ring of Honors were just odd.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's even worth it for them to do it. I mean, listen, him owning the library, it prevents the monopoly from happening. Not in the sense of like legal monopoly. I'm saying, just one person holding all the archives for every company. I think it's positive to have somebody else have that. As far as what does Ring of Honor mean in 2025, I don't think it means anything at this point. What did it mean in 2020? Not much.
Right.
Unfortunately. And Tony had a chance. He could have done something. He could have turned it into a developmental but it wasn't in the cards for whatever reason, whether it's time or effort or talent. It just wasn't happening. So I don't know, but you can't have people there just rotting away.
Exactly. There's a lot of talented people who are supposed to quote unquote be on that roster that what do you think the solution is? What would you do? Would you dissolve it and just say like, hey, that was great, and you introduce people? Do you do a kind of loose invasion angle where the Ring of Honor people show up on AEW Dynamite and say, hey, look, we're part of the company too, but you guys don't pay attention to us?
I think you either have to kill it, okay, and you absorb some of this talent in Collision. Listen, this is a passion project and it's keeping people employed also. Yeah. So I'm not going to talk. I don't want to be like, oh, you should kill the whole thing. But you have to either do something or not do something.
Right.
Are you or you're totally fine, or Tony's totally fine with having this thing live in limbo, where they do these tapings, nobody really watches, only a few thousand people are watching it, and you have these champions, but. You got to tell me what it is. Like, what is it? Is it your farm system? If it's your farm system, then fantastic. But define what this is.
This show has to run in the red, right? It can't make money.
No, of course not. It doesn't make money. But remember, what's the expense to run it?
Right.
You're taping it at AEW shows. You're not taping it on its own. You're not. But it's the travel for the talent, but the talent's at least getting to do something. So treat it like your farm system. That's okay. But define where am I supposed to watch this? Put it somewhere.
Right.
Again, like I said, Max has never once, nobody from Max, nobody from Turner has ever once mentioned to me, oh yeah, that Ring of Honor, we're working on it. I've never once, like, and I would remember I would get asked this all the time, like, oh, what are people saying about Ring of Honor? I don't even think they know that it exists.
Yeah, you have to kind of like, not be in the know, but you have to be like a fan to know what exists.
Is the Ring of Honor pay-per-view going to be on Max?
That's a good question. I don't think so. I think it's going to be on Honor Club.
That says everything you need to know.
There you go. MG, pop up another question.
It's about Hangman.
This is from Mose. Was Hanger injured? Is that why the belt changed?
Sorry, I don't have my my dump button here, so I can't dump out when I'm sneezing. I don't think he's injured. I was thinking about this because this was quick, right? He had the title for how long? 160 days? Or less? Less. When did he win the title? What show was it?
Won it All In, right? Against Moxley.
Yeah, so July. Yeah, maybe 160 days. I'm okay with doing this. I'm okay with swapping the title a little bit and putting it on someone like Joe, where you could have someone beat him. I beating Hangman in this sense worked. But beating him, I think if it continued and you had, who's going to beat him? Swerve? Yeah. You don't want to do that.
Right.
So you got to tell the story of the trail here of the title. I think Joe is a great pick for this. Whether he holds it for a while or not, I don't think he's holding it for a long time. I think this is like another quick title run for him. but I always liked him with the title. I think it adds prestige to it. Do you know what's wild is UPW is still going, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Between John Cena and Samoa Joe as two prominent champions in professional wrestling.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah, wild, really wild.
So check this out.
Yeah.
Here's an interesting stat. So first title run, 197 days for Hangman. Second title run, 133 days.
Okay, 133.
Yeah. Not a bad title run. You know, we were talking about this over the last couple of weeks leading up to it. I kind of willed it into existence. Personally did not mind Samoa Joe winning.
Me either.
They told a great story with it.
Yeah. Yeah. Anybody else, I probably would have been complaining, but I think Joe winning made sense. I also think, Hook coming back to that part, that's going to play a big part. Yeah. They had Shane Gillis in the ops. Did you see that?
Yeah.
There was a guy that looked just like Shane Gillis. I think it was fine. I think they're telling the story of Swerve.
Mm. And Joe's initial run was December 2023 to April 2024.
Yeah. That wasn't bad.
Yeah, no, not at all. I think this is a good setup for like whatever they're doing with that main event scene. It's I'm very happy with it. I think it's going to be cool.
What else do we have?
MG, give us a couple more questions.
Yep.
Okay. Who were the participants in the what?
No, go ahead. I think this
who
is
are the
has
participants
to do with the women's.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah, who are the participants in the World's End Fatal 4-Way?
I don't know. I'm not there yet. Boris, I'll get there probably in another couple days.
There we go. Let's throw another one up there. Trash Paradise King, what about CM Punk as the new leader of the Vision?
I think that'd be great. I said he should be replacing Seth Rollins in that group. He could turn, he could be with Paul, and can you imagine the heat with him and Brock being together?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Just
astronomical heat.
Astronomical.
But do you turn McIntyre because of that? And do you turn Logan Paul because of that?
No, well, remember, they're not in the group, right? They're just there temporarily. I think Drew would get tickled by it. I think Logan could F off. You know what I mean?
I feel like one of the upcoming feuds for Punk's belt is him and Logan Paul, right?
I'm curious how that's going to go.
Would Punk drop that belt to Logan Paul?
No, I don't. Well, he'll do whatever they ask him to, but I don't think that'll happen. But Logan Paul's going to get that title, guys. I'm telling you.
At some point.
I've been telling you from the beginning. That was always said. That was always planned. Mm-hmm. People thought they were tickled by that. Oh my God! Because guess what? He is such a natural heel, and that would get everybody in a stir.
Yeah, and more eyes on the product, which is insane. Next question, MG. Okay. This is from Robbie Ray. Hey guys, AEW changed their live event strategy for 2025. What changes do you see for 2026, or would you like to see? Increased attendance has to be a number one priority.
Marketing. That's what they need. They're looking for a marketer. I should apply.
You should apply.
I should apply.
More posters.
What we need to do is more posters everywhere. We should get a promotional vehicle, an AEW tank.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Just drive around. Drive around every market.
No, they need marketing. They need to be in the right markets, promoting events. Now, listen, it's hard. Live attendance is hard, but you gotta get hot. You gotta just the vibe. The vibe needs to change. You got to become hot, and it's really difficult to do that when your competitor is super, super hot. But 2026, it could be a midway break for them because you could see that, WWE has cooled off. Their ticket prices are very expensive. A bomb is going to explode. Do you hear that by you?
Yeah. There's a lot of noises here today.
Hold on. Yeah, the plane's not flying over my house.
I'm surprised you could hear that and not the clanging that happened before.
I heard it, but I ignored it. Yeah, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't bad. I think there's by middle of next year they should probably have whatever they need to do in order. Listen, man, it's not easy. If they're doing, I think a healthy number, honestly, for AEW is around 4,000 tickets per event. I think that's a very, very healthy number to be anywhere from 3,800 to, let's say, on the higher end, 5,600 for TV shows. And then for the pay-per-views, be at 10,000, 10 or more.
Sure.
That is what they should, like everybody looks at like, oh, they should 10,000, 8,000, 9,000. No. Let's go small. Get to 3,800 per show.
Yep.
Get there. Let's get there. Let's get the 3,800 per show in these markets for Dynamite. You could have a smaller one for Collision. You could do smaller shows for Collision. I would load AEW Dynamite up more heavy. I would make Collision more of the niche because it's much easier to sell a niche, ticket for 1,200 or 1,800 people than it is. I think they could do it. Collision kind of derailed them, if you really ask me.
Okay.
It spread things thin for a little bit. It was an identity issue because that concept for that show was not to be an A show. That was never the concept. Or as far as I know, it was supposed to be a secondary show on Saturdays. If you had made that a 1 hour or 2 hour show that replaced Dark and Dark Elevation, it would have been perfect. You could have also highlighted some of your Ring of Honor guys and had the Ring of Honor Championship defended there and seen what that does. Now it's all, we're a couple years down the road. You could play, armchair quarterback, Monday morning quarterback, very easily. Sure. But what I would do is keep Collision at those very small attendance. I would do a lot of residencies for Collision. I would have AEW be loaded up, and I would aim to do about 3,800 to 40, up to 5,000 on the high end. You're only talking about not that many more tickets than you're doing currently.
Right.
But if you're in a venue and you need to pack it out, you could. There's a lot that they could do. And then if you're talking marketing wise, it's endless. I could put together, a 15 sheet presentation on all the things that they need to do better.
There you go. Build your deck. Build that deck out.
Yeah. I did that recently for a company involved in wrestling.
Very nice.
You remember that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We got one more, and then we'll get out of here.
Yeah.
All right. Can you bring up QB 787s? Oh,
any news? You know what? You want to go back? Yeah. Go back to that one, and then go to this one. I'll fire them quick. Yeah.
Tony indicated some YouTube staff with ROH. Could he just be using YouTube in a better way, or is he looking at the full streaming product?
I don't know what that means. There's no money. You're not going to make money on YouTube. You're not going to be able to do it, which is crazy if you think about it, because it is the most accessible platform in existence globally, and nobody is really utilizing it in that way. It would be interesting if they could do something like that. I don't know how well it would do because it would also expose the lack of viewership. So I don't know if they would want to do, and again, not because the product's bad, because it's just there's so much wrestling happening. Right. You could do funky stuff with there. I mean, they do need a media partner. They do need a partner that's going to propel them. If this was maybe like an Amazon exclusive, right?
Okay.
An Amazon exclusive. You could have it for all Prime members. You could do something. I don't know what the future of that company. I don't know. I don't know what their internals look like. I don't hear much about Ring of Honor. Even from the AEW people, I never hear much about AEW, Ring of Honor.
What about a 1 hour pre-tape show on Max?
I would love that. That would be great. And that makes all the sense in the world. But I don't think Max is looking to pay for this.
Right.
And I don't think Tony's in the market of giving things away for free. Especially now,
Right.
It devalues everything that you do if you give it away for free. So I don't know, but I'm curious. I'm hoping they give us some sort of answer.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
All right, MG, punch up that last question.
I haven't asked, but I could definitely find out.
The question was any news on the location for AEW Revolution?
Yes. I could definitely find out probably by next week. Okay. And then Rich has to leave. Any news
on
Keith
Keith Lee?
No.
Yeah. Very bizarre.
There were some health issues, right? Originally, I don't know, but what a great what if he was.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Listen, sometimes it just doesn't work, and that's it's terrible. It's unfortunate, and I don't celebrate that. He was fantastic. Sometimes it just doesn't work, especially on a
Remember, he got the Roman rub.
He got the rub from everybody. He really was. He really was going to be one of those guys, and listen, man. Not everybody is a national guy. Not everybody is the guy. Not everybody wants to be the guy. Some people are very happy doing what they're doing, and from what I know about him, he was very content with what he wanted to do. Just unfortunate.
He's been out for over a year. Apparently, he had undisclosed double surgeries in January 2024.
Yeah.
So, it's been quite some time since we've seen the guy. I wish the guy the best.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All right, guys. That's it for this week. Love each and every one of you. Enjoy your Thanksgiving. Don't fight with your family. You know what? I take that back. Get very political at Thanksgiving. Embarrass yourself. Embarrass the whole house. Get into an argument with your uncle.
Make people not want to come to your house anymore.
Yeah, make people not want to be around you.
And that way you have an out, and you can go to Andrew's house next year.
We are not here this Friday. But if you want more Andrew and Rich, we will be here next Friday. Too much turkey. I can't do a show that early.
It's too much turkey.
Too much turkey, man. All right, guys, that's it for this week. Love each and every one of you. See you next time. Bye-bye.